I'm getting a lot of hate online, just posting who I am. Everyone's just being like, why are you thin now? Like, you were all about that bass girl. I was like, I was 19 when I came out with that song.
Meghan Trainor used to be all about that bass, but fame didn't just change her, it broke her. Now, she's practically on her knees begging for a stream because, frankly, the world stopped caring. You want to talk about hypocrisy? This is the woman who built a multi-million-dollar brand on body positivity only to flip the script the second it was convenient. She's out here crying about online hate while simultaneously dragging other female artists behind their backs. It's messy. It's desperate. And don't even get me started on the aesthetic. Copying Sabrina Carpenter and Taylor Swift? We see you, Meghan. The fans are cringing, I'm cringing, and the authenticity is at zero. This is the official downfall of Meghan Trainor. Why does everyone hate her? It's the question of the century. Trust me, people didn't just wake up and decide to switch up on her for no reason. This has been a slow-motion car crash years in the making. Is she a mean girl, a sellout, or just completely out of touch? I've done the digging, and the worst moments list is getting long. You know what they say, the bigger the ego, the harder the flop.
Have you seen the rollout for this new album? It's a disaster. From the visuals to the actual tracks, the fans are physically recoiling. And the tour? Canceled. She'll never admit it was because she couldn't sell a ticket to save her life, but we have eyes. What's truly wild is her coming out and saying, "I don't consider myself a feminist." Excuse me? You spent a decade positioning yourself as the voice of women's empowerment just to bail on the label now? Let's be real, her version of body positivity was always a little toxic. Calling women skinny B-words in your lyrics isn't empowerment, it's just mean. She claimed men want a little more booty to hold at night, which isn't exactly feminist-coded, it's just objectifying yourself for the male gaze.
Dear future husband.
Okay.
'Cause I know that there was some backlash about it. Were you surprised by that?
Yes, I was. Just surprised at the random places that people were asking me if I was being sexist. But no, I don't believe I was. I think I was just writing my song, tooling right now, taking a minute, getting ready for me. It's gonna be great.
Then you've got Dear Future Husband. That song is a literal time machine to 1950s gender roles. She's making women out to be simple, submissive, and easy to please. It's outdated, it's annoying, and it's fake. And can we talk about the face of the brand? Meghan looks like a completely different human being. Take a look at the All About That Bass era versus right now. She knows exactly what she's doing, but she refuses to own it. She never owns anything. Word on the street is Mounjaro and GLP-1s did the heavy lifting for this transformation. It's ironic, isn't it? She built an entire career telling girls to love their curves, then ditched hers the second she had the cash for the skinny shot. I remember when she was the radio darling everyone loved, but now the bass has officially dropped, and not in a good way.
I've been crying a lot, and this album has been the hardest one for me. Like, where just everything that could go wrong has gone wrong.
Right.
And it's like super, like, everything is different now.
Yeah.
It's hard to get anyone to hear your music. I'm going to every radio station I
Industry's
can, being
tough,
like,
right.
please. So I feel like I'm doing my best, but I also feel like outside in the world, I'm in my head a lot of like, nobody likes my best work yet, or all the comments are meaner than ever, when I've never felt stronger and better. So I'm in this upside down land of like, I can't give strangers all that power against me. I have to be proud of myself. But I will say my Shimmer music video I just recorded, I sobbed my eyes out at the end because I trained for weeks. I am dancing in the entire music video, and I've never felt and looked hotter and been more confident in my life. And so after that, I was like, I don't care what anyone thinks. I'm like,
how does she expect us to buy the authentic act when the receipts are this loud?
The messaging is a total train wreck. You can't spend years being the poster child for body positivity and then pivot to "I've got some new boobs" and expect us not to get whiplash. She literally rewrote her own history. Imagine being a fan who finally felt seen because of her, only to watch her succumb to the Ozempic wave and start editing her lyrics to fit a size 2 narrative. It's not about her getting healthy, it's about the fact that she's rewriting the very core of what made her famous. It feels cheap, it feels inauthentic, it feels like a betrayal. Normally, when a celeb drops weight, the comments are, "Yes, queen, how'd you do it?" But for Meghan, the vibe is totally different. And look, I get it, your body, your journey. We don't need to harp on her losing the base, but her words? Those are fair game. And her words are straight up toxic. Remember when she shouted F teachers? My own sister is a teacher, so yeah, I take that personally. Teachers are out here doing God's work, literally saving kids' lives, and Meghan's using them as a punchline for a podcast clip? Trash behavior. Of course she tried to walk it back. She always does. But honey, we heard you the first time. And then she tries to drag Trisha Paytas into the mess to deflect? Classic. Does anyone actually believe Meghan spent a single night crying and losing sleep over that incident? I'm not buying it for a second. She wasn't heartbroken. She was just caught. It's like her podcast backfired in the worst way possible. Usually a podcast makes you relatable, but for Meghan, it just pulled back the curtain on how fake she really is. Every time she gets into trouble, she tries to re-victimize herself. Oh, I was so bothered. I was so upset. Please, you weren't bothered by what you said. You were bothered that we didn't give you a pass.
I wanted to apologize again.
If she's this comfortable disrespecting the people who literally raise our children, what is she saying when the cameras aren't rolling? You guys know I ride for Britney Spears, period. So when Meghan Trainor decided to open her mouth and drop some low-key shade about the Princess of Pop, yeah, I took that personally. Why is a one-hit wonder who's been living off all about that bass since the dawn of time trying to comfort Britney publicly? Girl, back down. You're embarrassing yourself. It's not even the first time she's taken a random jab at her, basically claiming Britney isn't responsible for her own work because she had writers. I'm sorry, is the girl who's currently cosplaying as a budget pop star really coming for a legend? I don't like her at all. And you want to know why? Look at her manager, Lou Taylor. If you're a real Britney fan, I don't even have to explain why that name makes my blood boil. If you know, you know. I'm trying not to be mean, but actually, no, I'm gonna be mean. Meghan Trainor looks like the male version of Paris Hilton. There, I said it. She's out here claiming Britney doesn't write her own music, but the receipts say otherwise. Britney has credits for days. Meanwhile, Meghan is busy praising her amazing management team because they're friends with the Kardashians and get her all the hookups. Those are her words, not mine. Oh, you have the best management, Meghan? That's fascinating to me, considering your great team has threatened me with multiple cease and desist letters just for speaking the truth. They aren't that great, honey. They're the ones who booked you for a tour you couldn't sell a single seat for. It almost feels like a setup. I'm not saying it's some alleged insurance fraud situation, but I'm not saying it either. She called it the Get On Board tour, which sounds cute, but the reality was a ghost town. You didn't cancel because you're a devoted mom. You canceled because nobody bought tickets. You were perfectly ready to leave your kids for a nationwide tour until the sales numbers came back and looked like a flatline. Now you're trying to play the I just have to be here for my family card. We see right through the deflection.
The problem is, nobody relates to Meghan Trainor anymore. We liked the 19-year-old girl with a little bit of fluff and a catchy beat. That was real. Now, she's just a knockoff Sabrina Carpenter who forgot where she came from. Is there a single original bone left in her body, or is it all just a rebrand gone wrong? She's out here claiming this new music is the best she's ever made. Please, that is a total load of BS and just another phony statement to add to the pile. The music isn't great, and the reason she's not connecting is because the message is completely unrelatable. There is nothing, and I mean nothing, relatable about a woman sitting in a $7 million mansion with kids everywhere and a podcast nobody asked for, trying to tell us she's just like us. People are starving for authenticity and a genuine connection, and Meghan is giving us manufactured plastic. I have never seen an artist so obsessed with talking about how they look and how they feel. It is such a weird, narcissistic conversation point. She's hyper-fixated on fitting this mold of what she thinks is beautiful now, which is a complete 180 from when she actually owned who she was. Now, she's just a chameleon. One minute she's mimicking Sabrina Carpenter, the next she's trying to bite Taylor Swift's showgirl era. There isn't an original bone in her body. And don't get me started on the hypocrisy. She's crying about mean comments while she's the one out here spreading hate about other female artists. It's disgusting. Usually artists are supportive. Ariana Grande praises Britney every chance she gets. But Meghan, she trashes Britney every second she can. And we all know why. She's tucked deep in Lou Taylor's pocket, and Lou hates Britney because she lost control over that woman's fortune. Meghan is just a mouthpiece for a management team with a grudge. I'm not trying to be rude, but let's be honest. Meghan was never popular enough to sell out arenas. She is not Billie Eilish. She is not Sabrina Carpenter. Why would you even plan a tour like that knowing you'd rather be sitting on your couch? Just be real for once. Tell us, hey, the tour isn't selling. I'm not connecting with you guys. What am I doing wrong?
If she could just own the fact that something is seriously off, people might actually respect the honesty. But she won't. She'll just keep playing the victim. Is she actually delusional enough to think we don't see the strings being pulled? Or does she just think her audience is stupid? The real problem with Meghan Trainor? Every single one of her songs sounds exactly the same. Honestly, I'm using her name as a verb now. She is doing the Sabrina Carpenter. Look at the outfits, look at the aesthetic. She's out here reheating old nachos and trying to serve them as a 5-star meal. We know Sabrina didn't invent the vintage coquette vibe, but she made it relevant again because she's actually popular. Meghan is just riding the coattails. From the marketing to the costumes to this entire new persona, it's all so surface level. There's no soul, no depth, and zero connection. That is why she's flopping. Next time, we're diving into why a certain clean girl influencer's private messages just leaked. And trust me, it's uglier than her skincare line. Stay messy.